Hi everybody, my name is Shannon and welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. It's Monday morning. Monday is my favorite video to make. It really, oh, hey, if you're new here, this is yarn, lots of yarn, crocheting and knitting and talking about yarn and crocheting and knitting and all the wonderful things that we do with yarn, crochet, knitting, fiber, and sometimes there's life stories because, I mean, hello, we are in life and we're real. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Monday, I like to go ahead and show all the things that I have worked on in the last week. And it is my absolute favorite video because I will pile around me where you can't see, like right here, just like big mess, right? I'll pile around me this like mini mountain of stuff that I have worked on. And it surprises me every week. It shouldn't, but it does. And I, you know what? Normally by Thursday, I'm like, what have I done? What have I worked on? What am I really going to be able to show? I know that's crazy. It's just because I think I crochet and knit in my sleep. My mom used to say that I could crochet in my sleep. I used to do working with the bedspread thread. You know that stuff that Aunt Lydia's and things like that you can get at Walmart and what have you. Yes, I did a lot of that. I like to use the steel crochet hooks and the smaller stuff, and I crocheted doilies and tablecloths and, you know, the pineapple motif. Loved doing that. And you get that rhythm. You just knew where the stitch went. You knew where the hook went. It was just, that's the way that it was. And they used to joke and everything that I could just do this stuff in my sleep. You know, I didn't have to look all the time. I do look at my work, but I didn't have to constantly stare at it, which does help for speed. It just does. So you want to see what I did? Yeah. Oh, if you're curious, I'm wearing, this is a top I made. This is Berroco by Berroco pattern maker, Derecho. I probably said that wrong. Sorry. It is made with Remix Light and very few skeins of yarn. I mean, this is one of those that, you know, it's like, I think maybe 3 balls, 2.5, 3. I don't remember the exact, yeah, it was less than 3. The yarn goes farther than it should. That's a good way to put it. It just really, really does. It wears well. My husband washed this and he dried it, and I'm not complaining because it was a little bit big. And you know what? The man washed and dried the clothes. I'm not saying nothing. He did it. I'm happy. Anyway, just wanted to let you know. Yeah, I got some stuff done. Last week I was talking, I'm done with socks. It is almost Christmas. Christmas is next week. This week. It's next week. It's the 25th. Today's the 18th. But Monday's the 18th. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Oh my gosh. It's like right around the corner. And I'm done with socks. I don't want to touch any more socks. Well, I got all industrious and I finished the Christmas socks. And I gave them to my son for his birthday. So I don't have them physically here, but I've got pictures. So there you go. I finished the sparkly socks. Happy I am. And look, this is what I had left. There we go, just a little bit. Yeah, it's about 9 grams. That's a lot to still use in my other scraps. It's beautiful, sparkly. You can see the sparkles, right? I am so into sparkles. I love my sparkles. So yeah, I got that much left. Happy about that. And as I said, I'm not touching any more socks. I think I kind of threw a mini temper tantrum. It's okay. I got over it. I did finish this pair. Look at that. They are both done. I did it. Yay, it's not taunting me and it's not, you know, like making fun of me and telling me stories. Do your projects do that sometimes? They do, and then they end up on this. I have a tree over there, you know, one of those coat hat racks things, you know, and I put them in a bag and shove them over there and then they stay. Yeah. We all do our own quirky things, don't we? So those are my finished things. And then I have a whole lot of things that need just a little bit more work. Instead of doing that little bit more work, I just started something new. Yes, I did. And I am not even upset about it. Do you want to see one of the hats that I worked on? I'm looking, I got like 3 hats. I don't have any done. Why do I not have any hats done? That's okay. This one, gorgeous. So 1 hat, 2 hat, I think is what it's called. It's a free pattern. I will have it linked down below. Look at this. Look at that. The colors with this shirt. Oh my gosh, isn't that gorgeous? This is that Queensland Perth yarn, and it's a fingering weight, and it's 100% wool. Yeah, it's an Australian wool, something like that. Love this. I am just stunned. And then I also mixed it with this sparkly yarn, and the sparkly yarn on this one is a pain in the backside. That's a nice way to put it. It splits. I have to pay attention because I'm holding them together and I am doing a lace stitch. So it's a little slower, which is why it's not done, but I am at the crown decrease. So that'll be fast to do now. You know, I made it to that point. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And those gorgeous green sparkly things. Yes. Sequins. That's the word. The sequins around there. I'm not thrilled that I didn't tighten up the brim. It's on me, whatever. The brim, and it rolls because I did a corrugated rib and I didn't make it tight and it rolls, and that annoys me, but you know, oh well. Because when you put it on, see, it doesn't really roll so much so when it's actually on, and I'm good with that. There you go. And you know, with the red hair, and style it not like this, just, you know what I mean? You can have it out there, and you know, I imagine when I do stuff like this and I put it on and not, you know, just have a little bit of the red sticking out. I don't know why I feel like a French woman. I just do, you know, just like a fancy, sophisticated French woman with the just cute little curls kind of sticking out and everything. Is it just me? Maybe. Anyway, that's what I do. I feel fancy with my sparkly hat and the sequins, because you gotta have sparkles and sequins. And then sticking up. No sticking up. And with the same color palette, I have this. I think I worked on it less this week. I don't know. So I've got this one. It's the same yarn, different color. And I am making the fingerless mitt on that. And I'm wanting to do one more of these diamond little cable patterns, and then just go straight up with the rest of it. The pattern has fingers on it. I'm not going to put the fingers on it. For one, it's faster not to. And that's just all there is to it. And yeah, that's my reasoning. Yeah, because I don't want to. Said my best childish temper tantrum voice. But I'm loving it. There we go. What else? Oh, I've got so much stuff. Oh, finished project sparkle, because it's sitting right here. Did you see this? Did you see this cute little thing? This adorable little crocheted. It's look at this. You put little treats in there. How cute is that? I had never seen this before. And this is Repeat Crafter Me. Sarah Zimmerman, she has a lot of books out, Amigurumi books, things along that line that are, if you have Kindle Unlimited, there's some of them that are for free and you can read on Kindle Unlimited. If not, you can buy the books, borrow them from your library, and she also has free patterns. So there you have it. And there's a reindeer one, I believe, of this too. I might have to do that. It's so cute. Just a cute little easy, and you're done project. I don't know. That one I thought was so nice to just whip that out with a sparkly yarn. That's the Caron Party that I got at Joann's. You know, sparkles. Hello, this time of year, everything has to have sparkles. It's just how that works. I know, it just is. Oh, I was working on some blankets. I don't know who I'm looking at because there's nobody over there. The head's over there, but nobody else. Working on the blankets for Camp Boggy Creek, and I added that other orange, and I think this round will get me this pop of bright orange. I think this one will get me to the 40 that I need, or pretty close to it. And I'm going to just do like maybe a single crochet around or something to kind of finish it off. Well, I'll measure it first, you know, just to make sure. And yeah, for Camp Boggy Creek, the blankets are 30 to 40 inches wide and 40 to 50 inches long for donation if you want the kids to be able to take them home. And of course I do. That's why I'm making it. So here is this, and it is gorgeous. This is a Virus Meets Granny style crocheted blanket. I love the color work. I had to go, well, I didn't have to go, but when I went to Joann's and I got my 2 skeins of white yarn and a huge bag to go with my 2 skeins of white yarn. And of course, if I got the huge bag, I had to fill it. I couldn't just get a small bag. No, So I got this orange too, because I have the oranges and golds, but I didn't have a brighter. And I thought it needed the brighter. It needed more orange. It did. So I'm excited about that. Oh, should I here you go. You can see how it looks with that, right? So it just needed more orange. So I'll measure it to make sure that it fits in parameters, and I'll add another round if it needs it or whatever it needs, but it's almost done. And then I'll weave in the ends because I didn't weave the ends on that one yet. And I also worked on another one. You know, because instead of finishing that one, I started a new one because that's what we do around here. It really is. And I've got this, and it is, yep, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is another one of the same style of, you know, when the granny meets virus. And I like that I'm doing it as the rectangle because I didn't want to, I think I'll have an easier time doing the parameters, and I want it to be closer to the maximum, right? You know, not just barely at the minimum, just meets the minimum of what they're looking for. I want it to be a good coverage type of a blanket within the parameters that they're looking for. And I think doing the rectangle, well, obviously, I'm going to be able to get more than 40 inches, right? You know, it's not a 40-inch square. So that extra little bit, I think, will help to cover a little boy or a little girl's feet, right? You know, something like that. So that was my idea with this. So I wanted to figure out how to do this in the rectangle form, and I did. So I'm proud of me. And I also had to do 4 rows for each of the virus patterns right here to keep it flat. You know, the other one I had some, you know, ruffling going on, a few extra stitches. It's okay. A little extra texture. And then I have to figure out what color I want to make next. I had previously like a darker Christmas green, and I think I used it for some other stuff, or I have a partial. Not sure I'd have enough to go all the way around. It's not like I don't know where Joann's is. Yeah. So I've got this one well on its way in the works, and just thrilled. I mean, I've got 2 blankets that will be done pretty quick. They, you know, neither one of them have a lot more left on them. That one's down to just, you know, finish that round, do a good measurement, lay it down flat and everything, do a good measurement, and then figure out how much is left, and maybe do like a decorative single crochet, you know, or crab stitch, right? Reverse single crab stitch. What do you call it? I don't know. I've heard it is called both, so I don't know. And then this one, it's, yeah, it needs some more work and everything, but I mean, that's nice. That's the width right there. So it's growing quite well. And then, you know, it's longer than that. So it's moving quite well. I'm happy with that. Oh, I have more hats. Do you want to see another hat? You know how I've been talking about this one? This Alpine stitch hat, right? You know how pretty is that? Well, did I show that last week where I cast on 90 stitches with some white big twist yarn? And then, you know, it's like, well, what am I going to do? Well, I started to make that Alpine stitch hat. Oh my gosh, I love this. Let me see if I can pull up the ball of yarn that I use. So this is maybe I can't. Oh, wait, there it is. This is like a unicorn, by the way. This is Big Twist. And I'll show you the ball band up real close so you can see it. Big Twist Winter. But if you look at Joann's, there's multiple Big Twist Winter. This one just showed up on their website. When I had my Joann's bag and I showed it off, it wasn't on their website at all. Other people had commented they couldn't find it. They got it in their store and couldn't find it again. So now it's on the website, but it's out of stock everywhere. Why bother? Why bother putting it on your website? Yeah, so absolutely love this. I got 3 of them. That's all my store had. And I gave 2 of them to 2 of my friends so they could do the same thing. So on this one, I think they use a sport weight with the hat, and I don't really care, you know, because it'll fit somebody. It'll fit someone. It's fine. I just lost a few stitches because I got a little excited. So it'll fit somebody, and I'm using size 5s with worsted weight and doing the stranded work. I did cast on the 90, increased 10, so I had the 100 stitches and did, you know, 5 flowers around, so no big deal. So I am making a mess with my other yarn. Oh, what am I doing? I'm really trying to pull it out, right? I mean, it's a thing. Okay, here we go. So how cute is that? But to me, that's big enough because, again, I'm not using the same yarn, needles, and everything else. And the pattern says, because my friend read it, I didn't, that it's supposed to be like 9 inches, you know, 9 inches high. Let me see, what do I have right now? This right now is 8 inches. So it's supposed to be about 9 inches. This is 8 inches. I'm going to go ahead and do my decreases now, and I'm going to do a more rapid decrease than what the pattern shows because, let me show you. Here we're here. I'm right about there. And that's a whole lot more. I'm not going to put all that on there because then I'll have this big cone head. And I don't want that. I don't want all that fabric. So yeah, I'm just going to finish it up from that point on. And it'll be done. And it'll, you know, I mean, it worked for me. And it'll fit somebody. And it's most likely going to be a gift for somebody anyway. So we all have different size heads. Some people have more hair than I do and they need a bigger hat. That's how that works. So really happy with that. Love how that's turning out. And did you notice it's got sparkles? Because I like my sparkles. And then I was out with some friends of mine. And I didn't want to take that one because I would have to start doing my decreases right now. And I didn't want to think. I mean, bottom line, I did not want to think. And I didn't want to take my green one with the sequins because that sequin yarn, that one wants to fall off. I mean, I keep the sequin in a Ziploc baggie. It's not in there right now because I was showing it, but I keep it in the Ziploc baggie. It does show it fall off a little bit, and it's a little more cumbersome to, you know, I have to look at it, okay? Let's just face it. I have to look at it, so I didn't want to take that one with me. And oh, by the way, I'm at the decreases. I want to pay attention to it. Noticing a theme. And I don't have socks on the needles right now because I finished both pairs of socks I had going. Yes! And I wasn't about to bring my double points and start another pair of socks. Nope, didn't. Nope. So what did I do? I started another hat. Why? Because I could. That's why. That's why. And then I'm laughing at my decision. What makes me think these things work? Because I do know. So I have this. Look at this. This comes like this is this nice cake. Yeah, I got my yarn attached. Okay, comes like this is this cute cake. This is Haiku Madrona. This is a nice blend of baby alpaca, merino wool, bamboo viscose, and nylon. 100 grams is 402 yards, right? So I mean, it's nice, made in Peru. And then I have this, which, okay, that's gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Yeah, I want to strand those two together, right? That's going to be stunning. This is Berroco Millefori Light. It's a 50% wool, 50% acrylic. This says it's a fingering weight 1. This says it's a number 2. Whatever, they'll mix fine. And I was out and I had some needles with me. I had size 3, and then I was wondering, okay, well, I'm using some stuff. The other one was casting on, I cast on 90 and then I increased 10 and then I went with it. It's like, well, how many do I cast on? I cast on 100. It's like, it's ribbing. It'll stretch. It'll be fine. And then I increased 20. You know, I'm like, that'll work. Do you want to see this little tiny thing? I got like 5 rounds in the color work. Look at this. Look at that. That is tiny. That is so small. I will post the little picture and, you know, I'm like, I don't know. So I was thinking of, do I continue? I mean, look at that. Let me stretch it a little bit so you can see. Look how pretty that is. Look at that color. I love that color. That's gorgeous. All those pops with that white, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So I'm thinking, do I pull it all out? Because I can, right? Yeah, whatever. It's just a bunch of ribbing. I mean, I got some color work on it. Oh, it's whatever. I say that 100 stitches per round, and I've got 18 rounds before I increase, so 1,800 stitches. No big deal, just pull it out. Just rip it all out and fix it. It's fine. Because, or I could just make it, and this might fit my granddaughter. I mean, it looks super tiny. It is. I stretched it. It does fit over me, you know, but I mean, it's definitely stretched, you know, like that when I do that. And I was thinking if I want to keep it for an adult size, I increased the 20, but I might want to pull out all of the color work and increase to where I'm doing 140 stitches and maybe keep the ribbing, or just scrap it all and start again. I think the best route might be, I did take it off, as you saw, and put it on the try-on cords, but I don't really have enough of the increased portion to see. Oh, and I also changed it. So the ribbing I did in size 3s, and then the rest I'm doing in size 4, right? I went up a little bit. Yeah, not really sure. Let me know. Let me know what you would do. What would you, how would you do that one? I'm not really sure. I mean, it looks like it's going to fit a baby. I'm just not going to lie, you know, and I love the colors. I mean, those are gorgeous colors, right? We've talked about this before. I've got some other ones, right? Look at these. Look at those. I've got some other colors, you know. I've got one of each of, I think, 3 different colors. This one's just, I mean, it glows. That glows. So I kind of wanted to fit me. because I need another hat. No, I don't. But I need another hat, and this one's gorgeous, right? I mean, yeah, that's stunning, and look how that glows. So, help me out, guys. You know, what do I need to do on that? You know, obviously I don't mind pulling things out. You've seen me doing enough. It's like, whatever. I'm going to be knitting and crocheting anyway. That's why most of the things I don't care on size unless it's something specific. Like you saw me work on my husband's sweater, and I did pull it out quite a bit and to make it right. If it were a hat, I wouldn't have cared, because it's going to go to somebody. It's not for a specific person, and this yarn has to go to a specific person. For my husband's sweater, I wanted to fit my husband, you know. So yeah, I made that one right. So I joke about that with gauge and everything and sizing and what have you, because, you know, life is short and sometimes it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't. You know, work on the things that do and pull out the things that you need to pull out, and the rest of it, drive on, make it, continue. You know, if you're making things like I do, it really doesn't matter. I'm not going to keep all of it anyway. Let's see. I have more stuff. I have more sparkle stuff. Yeah. And then I also have some other stuff I'm going to talk about. Here, I'm going to show you. Speaking of pulling things out, I showed this. It doesn't have needles in it because this is a part of a sleeve. Look how beautiful that cable is. Stunning. This is part of a sleeve. My husband's wanted a Norse sweater for decades, and I finally got some Norse yarn that I could make him one. And the sleeve is too big. He likes a more closer fitting cuff, and this one's fine, but he wanted something a little closer, so okay. There's nothing wrong with this. It fits well, but it's for him. And if he wants it nicer or closer, whatever, then I'm going to pull this out. So then I started the other sleeves, and I got a lot done this week. Let me show you. So I was going to do them 2 at a time, because it's a good thing I have, you know, multiple balls of this yarn, right? And it's going to tower fall off. So doing them both 2 at a time, I ended up doing the cuff on 4s, believe it or not, but he wanted it tighter. There you go. It worked fine, because that was on 6s and it was too much, or, you know, still not where I wanted it to be. And then I switched to size 8s, doing my circular needles, and I started going in with those cables. Look at that. And then here's the other one. Look at that. Can you see something different on them? Maybe just a little. Can you see the cables don't quite match? Do you see this here? Right? That's up here on this one. Yeah. So it's not so much that, oh yeah, I made some mistakes, whatever, that's easily fixed, because I can drop down the cable part and fix just those rows and not have to pull all of it out. I do know how to do that. And this is a sticky wool, so it's not even that hard and dangerous. It's not like I'm doing it with a rayon or a bamboo where it's going to ladder down and you're going to lose all your stitches. So that's not a problem. What is a problem is, do these look about the same length to you? Let me hold them up right. You know, they're about the same, right? They are. That's sad. This one has 5 less rows on it than this one. How? I don't get it. So yes, I was working on them both at the same time, but I made a full chart repeat on one before I got to the other one. And that was my issue on that one. And, you know, I was working on some other things and stuff, so the tension's a little off, a little wonky. But my row gauge, up and down, so I've elongated the stitches on some of them. So I am right here on this one, right up here, right here's that little twist. That's this same here, right here. Okay, that's not cool. So it's not a matter of, if it were a stockinette stitch or something like that, I could blow it off if I chose to. I really could, because they're the same length, you know. And it's like, okay, well, if they're the same length and they both feel about the same on the arms and everything, you know, I try it on them and everything, and that's fine. But you can't do that with the cable. I mean, you can, but I don't want to, because they're different, and I don't want them to be different. Now, it doesn't have to match the pattern. I'm using Viking Knits, the Norse sweater. And you know what? It doesn't have to match the pattern. Like if I cross my cables, if I make a over cable and they made an under cable, or the other way around or something, or I put an extra few twists in there, that's fine, as long as I do it on both sleeves. No big deal. But those aren't the same. And this is for my husband, and I want it right. So I'm going to pull these back, all 3 of them, My 3-armed sweater is disappearing. I'm going to do that. And I'll start it again because it's for my husband. I love him and I want it right. That's, you know, the hats, I don't care. I mean, it's not that I don't love the people that they're going to go to, but it'll fit somebody. I don't know the somebody it's going to fit, and I'm not worried about that. But my husband, I want it to fit him. And I want it to be something that he's proud of. And if you saw in person the sparkle in his eye, and every time he wears it and he comments on his sweater, is a big hug. It is his big hug. That's what he puts on and that's what he wears. I want his Noro sweater that he has been waiting for, or he's asked for decades. We just, when we first saw the Noro yarn, that was not in the budget. That's a good way to put it, right? So he's always wanted one. And I want it right. I just do. So I wanted to show you this before I pull it all out. And I'll start it again. Because there you go. I'm knitting and crocheting anyway. It's okay. Do you want to see some happier stuff? I have happier stuff. I have sparkle. I have lots of sparkle. I don't know if you watch. I have been putting out 2 videos a day right now because I'm doing the Arne and Carlos stocking, Christmas stocking Advent knit along. I have never done an Advent knit along. I don't think I've ever actually done, I love the concept of mystery knits and mystery crochets, the KAL knit along, the CAL crochet along, the MAL make along, which is just any of it, right? But I've not done any of them. No, I haven't. I've looked at them. I enjoy them. I really want to do a shawl one, but I don't want to put that much energy into something that maybe I don't like the design or the color, whatever, you know, would be in a different spot had I seen the whole pattern previously. So I've done a couple patterns that were mystery knit-alongs, but after all the stuff was done on it. So I'm working on my stockings, and this is up to day 17 right now, and that is because the clue gets released later. So I got that done. Yeah, my yarn's down on the floor, but I've got all of that in this gorgeous, this is made with Big Twist, and I've got the little people up here, and I don't know what's coming next because that's, you know, I had one row of white after this. I don't know, but this is day 17. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Wouldn't that be, oh my gosh, you know what would be gorgeous? If you want this, it's a free pattern right now while the knit along's going along. And you know you can crochet these too, right? You can take a chart and you can make it single crochet and everything and do that. That's what I did with, where'd it go? That's what I did with this bee thing. I should just have it on my desk, right? This is crochet, and this was a chart that was supposedly knit, right? But you can do that too. You don't have to, yeah, it's just boxes. It's just grid paper, right? You do with it whatever you want to. But on a little girl sweater, or something at the bottom hem. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be adorable with just these right here? Oh, that would be so cute. So definitely make sure you download the pattern if you're interested. So you'll have those graphs and charts because it will go, as soon as the Advent's over, it does go to a paid pattern on Ravelry. So make sure you get it prior to. So I've got this one done, and this, see, look at how sparkly that is. Look at that, look. And that is the Big Twist Twinkle, is in the mulberry color for that beautiful maroon. And then this is Premier Everyday. Yeah, Premier Everyday. I got that one at the dollar store. And then the white is just Big Twist. So while working on that, I kept talking about that gorgeous twinkle, and I have it in blue and I have it in gray. I didn't even think about the gray. I swear I did not. I had the blue and the white, and it's like, what am I going to do? And someone down in the comments, one person suggested gold and somebody else said silver, and I'm like, oh, ding, 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 I have it. I have it. I have the silver. So like an insane person, I started another one because I don't have enough things going on and I shouldn't finish anything, but that's okay. I finish a lot. I really do. Come back next week. You'll see some finished things. Let me see. My yarn's tangled. Okay, look at this. Look. I have started, just like we talked about, with that gorgeous blue sparkle and the gray sparkle. Isn't that absolutely stunning? I absolutely love that. And definitely pull down this pattern. If for nothing else, that heart is gorgeous. This 18 stitches per repeat So 72 stitches around for doing this particular thing. Now, if you're making a child's hat, depending on your needle size and everything, I'm using size 5s on this, but if you're making a hat and, you know, worsted weight yarn, you'd probably use bigger, let it flow a little bit more. That might be enough for a kid's hat. If not, add 8 more stitches. You're now at 90 stitches. There you go. Make your hat with 5 hearts all the way around it, or the snowflakes, or the dancing boy and girl. It doesn't matter. But download the pattern. You know, you might decide, I don't want to do anything with it now, but you can definitely use it later and for different things. Headband, really cute. If you want to dabble in color work, then make a headband. There you go. It doesn't have to be a big project. You know, just one aspect of the color motif to dabble with, and then make the rest of it stockinette or plain, or like I did with this can be a headband, right? I had to finish it. I changed needle size, crochet hook, right? In the progress, because I set it down and then I couldn't remember what hook I used. So then I grabbed what I thought I used. I was wrong. But I think it's kind of cool though, because on this one, it automatically, you know, it looks like there's been decreases and there hasn't been. And it was suggested, actually, I do like that. It was suggested just leave it as it is, you know, obviously cut your yarn and weave in the rest of the ends and everything. And this is a cute headband, just as is, because it does decrease up. Again, I didn't decrease any stitches. I just grabbed a different hook. So I did, you know, decrease like that. So that's kind of another thing if you're interested in something along that line. And what I did here is I split those stitches. So you see that? How your crochet stitch and everything, instead of going on the you know, the edge where you normally stick your hook, I went in the center of each one, and it gives it that knit look. It is a little slower, I'm not gonna lie, because, you know, you have to pay attention where that stitch goes, right? And come on, when we're crocheting, we're flying, you know? So you are paying attention to that a little bit more, but it's worth it. You know, Lynanne keeps wanting me to do Tunisian crochet. She's Nina's Knots Crochet. This is close enough, Lynanne. I've done Tunisian. This is close enough. There you go. See, look, you've got that. It's crochet and it looks knit, just like Tunisian. Got it. Yeah. It's fun stuff. It's all crafts. It's all using our yarn. It's all creating and making and just really enjoying the process. Even when we make mistakes, that's okay. You know, even when, you know, I've got my 3-armed sweater over here. I mean, it's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. This is really fun. This is really funny. But you know, it's not as bad as my husband's green sweater when I started that. And how many skeins of yarn did I get into that thing? And I had started him a project when I was in Maryland. You know, that's what he says. It only take me 4 years. It didn't take me that long to make the sweater. But that's when I started to make him something. But I didn't use anything from that. I made everything again fresh. But yeah, I had a bunch of different pieces, and they were different gauges because I had things going on in my life and it changed things, right? We know how that goes. And I had to wait until I was settled and calm. And he has his gorgeous sweater. And on this one, it's the end of the year. It's Christmas time, and I'm working on socks and everything else. And evidently, I took it out on my sleeves. But look at that yarn. Doesn't that deserve to be done right? That is stunning. It will be done right. All right, everybody. What was it that I was asking you? I did need help. I did need help on this little kid's hat thing. This little tiny thing. What do I do with it? What would you do? I'm really curious. I really am. Before I start something else, because you know what's going to happen. But, you know, later on everything, you know, I'll get clue 18 and I'll have to get that done and everything. And I'll try to put some more on the blue. And I think I might have some things kind of going. I got a lot going that will keep me from starting something new. Oh, that's another thing. Lori from Armchair Chef. I saw her earlier today. Not in person. One day I'll meet her. I do have a timeshare. She's in Utah. I do have a timeshare in Utah. And if she actually wants to come out and we can go knitting and everything else like that, would love to. But she was talking about Mystery Yarn Challenge 2024, and she had her video today, and on the end of it and everything she was saying, and Shannon, don't start any new projects. Ha! You don't get to tell me what to do. I'm starting more stuff. So I commented it back. I'm like, I just started a hat today, because that's what I just did, was the white hat, the little baby hat. Yeah. I got a problem. I don't want to fix it. I like my problem. There's so many things that we could do that would be chaotic and bad and everything. I start things. I make a lot. I really do. It's fun. All right, everybody. I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And come back later and see how the stockings look, because I don't know what the clue is yet. There we go. It'll be fun. Bye.